Okay, this little lesson here, for lack of a better term, is about how I approach taking two different scales and combining them to make a hybrid scale. And what this does is give you, instead of, this gives you different sounding licks where you still have notes that fit the key, but you're making it more interesting by combining what would be considered outside notes. For example, E Phrygian and the E blues scale, like so. E Phrygian is E blues scale, and combining the flat fifth basically into E Phrygian. And then you could come up with something like this. And that lick played slow, starts with a sweep on the A. So you have the sweep, and at the bottom of the sweep you slide up half a step, hammer onto the 17th fret, slide up to the 18th fret. There's your flat 5 right there. Slide back, pull off, slide, and then basically kind of descending through E Phrygian. Sliding into the flat fifth, sliding out. Slide back to the flat fifth, out, and finish on the 8. So of course I didn't invent this idea. I mean, guys, going back as early as Clapton and those guys, Hendrix would, they'd move in and out of, let's say, major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, and the minor scale itself, or the major scale itself, and that's how you come up with some different licks rather than just limiting yourself to those basic forms and shapes. And of course, a guy that's a hero of mine, George Lynch, like he would take the blues scale instead of playing box licks like this. Which of course he would do those sorts of things, but he would do something like this and stretch out the scale and make it much more interesting sounding, and it gives a, in this instance, a kind of Eastern modal, like an Indian modal sound, like stuff like this. And that's still all, basically E blues scale. So if you found this interesting and this helps you to think outside the box, don't be afraid to throw in outside notes, as long as you make it sound like they intended to be there and it's not a mistake. And chances are people will find it interesting and will dig it. So, until next time.